The Knicks taking on the Pistons. For the Knicks, kind of a seesaw affair over the last 10 games. But this team feels they are better than a 500 team. They look to tip that balance with the win here. Pistons, Knicks, up next, right after this. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Well, the era of star free agents increasingly being on the move has created a media frenzy that sometimes can be intense and draining. Some players like Kevin Durant have pushed back against year-long and incessant free agency questions. Warriors coach Steve Kerr said, "We're all actors in a soap opera, and we have to deal with that part of it." Kevin?
It can be a circus. David, thanks. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at New York. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And checking out Detroit, down 4 spots from them.
And I think for the Pistons, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. We've got John Henson. Kennard is out there with Rose. Then there's Griffin, and it's Doumbouya in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen, and it's Payton in at the point. Difficult stretch for these two teams. As a player, Doris, do you change your approach when you're in the midst of a losing streak?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges when you're losing is to remain confident in your abilities, to trust your process, to understand you've put in the requisite work, and sometimes in the midst of losing, you have to just hang your head on knowing I've put in the time, I'm going to stick with the game plan, I've got to be flexible and make adjustments certainly, but trust the process.
Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against Oklahoma City. Pass to Robinson. Over Rose. And it's Robinson that time on the assist by Payton.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. And here are the Pistons now. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think, Greg, even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
The free throw drops for Rose.
Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
Now, here's Barrett. Coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. And Kevin Knox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Rose against Payton. With the floater.
Fantastic defense from Barrett there. It helps big time when he gives the hustle and stays home with his man. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin, I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His 3-ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
I I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. And Rose, no good on that one.
Boy, what a roller coaster career it has been for Derrick Rose. One-time league MVP, now just trying to fit in with the rest of his guys. This is not an easy transition.
Here's Kennard. He's defended by Randall. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. Back to Kennard. And it's off from three-point range. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Knox. Makes it off the glass.
I'll tell you, be aggressive, be assertive on the interior. Nice, Kevin Knox.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Rose dishes to Griffin. No good on the shot. Randall with some nice D. And Barrett slams it in.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Detroit with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. Robinson with the block. And here again, the Knicks in transition. Up the court they go.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Pistons trail by 7. The pass to Kennard. Griffin with it. Fires from the wing. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, a miss like he score crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Here's Robinson, and Henson sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
And now let's get a look at the numbers for Knox. Since the All-Star break, he's been putting in work. He's around 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Now here's Payton, following the miss by John Henson, and the basket by Knox.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 9 points. Robinson against Henson. Detroit, no good that time either.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Robinson, and finished off by Robinson.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior. Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Here's Payton, following the bucket by the Pistons. Shot clock at 6. Inside, here's Randall. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
Now, here's Barrett, following the miss by Griffin.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Rose passes to Kennard. Back to Rose. Griffin looking it over. To the paint. Here's Henson. The second chance effort. It's rebounded by New York.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Robinson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim, Doris, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
Find the lane. One shot.
You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized, but would you like to have that guy pick you up at 94 feet, be in your grill and in your face like he gives no quarter, he gives no concessions? If he were checking Kevin Harlan, my goodness, you'd have a long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you. Now here's Griffin. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Henson shot is off.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Payton kicks to Barrett. Shoots over Henson. That one a little long. Pistons trail by 14. Here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Henson finds Rose. Outside for Griffin. Jacks up a three. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a 3-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about 4-peat.
Wood with the bucket.
Yeah, great look there. Credit Galloway with the vision to spot the open man.
And here's Smith. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Harkless the bounce pass. There's Trier with the 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. And so Brown will bring it up for the Pistons. 9-point game. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul. Here's Wood. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. lays it up off the glass.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Trier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Trying to end the drought. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Attacking the rack to great effect.
Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
One shot.
Well, we know this, guys. Last season, a little bit up and down for Dennis Smith Jr. Not sure he wanted out of Dallas, but certainly dealt to the New York Knicks. But now they think this guy is a cornerstone for their franchise.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Rose.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
Now here is Smith. Over to the wing, and the call will be against Langston Galloway. That is his first foul of the game. Gibson finds Smith. Back to Gibson. New York moving it around. The 8-footer.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Portis can't get it to go. And with Smith, he had lost the ball handling duties in Dallas to Doncic. And you know what, Doris? It made sense probably for him to move on.
Yeah, this is one of those trades, I think, that will benefit everyone involved. Dennis Smith Jr. is a better player with the basketball in his hands. And once he left, he got his confidence back and started to create great opportunities for the Knicks.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Galloway. He's still scoreless so far in this one. He kicks to Maker. It's Brown on the wing. Knocks it loose. 4 on the clock. Here's Galloway. The rebound by Gibson.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And it's Smith missing. Pistons trail by 12. Feeds it to Galloway. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
You know, such a great example of Galloway not needing a lot of time to get off that catch and shoot.
New York's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Smith the pass to Gibson. Here's Harkless from deep. And Galloway pulls it down. To the right side. Snell from outside. That shot off the mark. And New York the other way now. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
We talk about multiple efforts on the defensive end, and I thought, boy, that was good old-fashioned focus, team effort. What a win.
Here's Smith following the 3 by Detroit. Pass to Trier. And here is Gibson. Unloads from 9. It's hauled in by Wood. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Galloway kicks to Snell. Another 3 for Detroit.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here is Smith. Over in the corner, Harkless. Goes up on the wing. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she bears herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And when you consider how the Knicks are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Taj Gibson is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Dennis Smith. And it's Trier in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. And so here is New York. Thonmaker unable to get his last shot to go. Trier passes to Portis. Over Maker, but he gets it back. Portis kicks to Smith. Back to Portis. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. And the Knicks lead by 6.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Galloway. Passes it to Snell. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Pass to Smith. Harkless with it. He's covered by Brown. Here's Portis. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
A different look for New York. Randall's checked in for Gibson. And Barrett subbed in for Alonzo Trier. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Griffin's checked in. Galloway kicks to Snell. Now Maker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now the pass to Griffin. He can't get it to go. Randall with some nice D. Here's Smith. And then Smith with the dunk.
Wow, how about the explosion towards the cup by Dennis Smith Jr.? You better step back.
There's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Hits it from 3-point range. Galloway has got 5 points so far.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Smith scanning the floor. Kicks it to Barrett. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Portis. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. The Knicks leading by 5. Smith the pass to Portis. It's stolen by Maker. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 5 rebounds tonight. The Knicks have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Pass to Harkless. Passes to Barrett. Now here's Randall. Over Maker. And there's Randall on the assist from Barrett.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
It's stolen by Smith. Detroit with the rebound. Galloway has got his 4th rebound in this one. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Following the bucket by the Pistons. 7-foot shot. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Though probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Pistons trail by 9. Here's Rose. Here's Kennard. No good that time. Good D by Payton.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame. He can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Kevin Knox, yet another player out of the University of Kentucky. We've seen so many enter the NBA from that program. What they love about Kevin Knox is his ability to score at all 3 levels.
Good on both. And with Knox, the Knicks kept feeding him minutes, Doris, allowing him to learn on the fly.
Yes, because of the circumstance with his team, he got a lot of the offense running through him as the season progressed. And for Kevin Knox, he had ample room to grow and make mistakes, and that's critical to his development.
Pistons trail by 11. Here's Griffin. It's rebounded by Barrett. The Knicks have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. The dish to Payton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya.
Now, Elfrid Payton is unafraid of contact. Really good job drawing the defense and making them pay.
The Knicks have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Both good from the line that time.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Pass to Griffin. Looking to end the run. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Robinson's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pistons trail by 15. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And no doubt coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. You look at Robinson, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, John Henson. He's in that same group. He also shoots the ball so well. One of the best.
Both of these guys have been shooting with tremendous efficiency as the month has gone on. I don't know who's going to outdo who.
Rose. And he can't bank that one in.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Payton finds Randall. Robinson down low. Working on Henson. Here's Payton. 6 to shoot. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Pistons trail by 15. Rose up on top. Covered by Payton. Toomboya can't get it to go.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Barrett's got 10 points in the game.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Rose passes to Griffin. That one's not going to go.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Bucket is good. 12 points for R.J. Barrett.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Rose with the ball. He had 27 points last game. Right side, Griffin. To stop the drought. That shot off. Randall with some nice D. The high post shot, and the Knicks good for 2.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Pistons. Out to the right wing. Here's Griffin. The kick out to Rose. Henson in the post, guarded by Robinson. And yes, it's good. Henson's got his first points of the game.
Well, as soon as you recognize a size mismatch, you have to attack.
And here is Payton. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. The pass to Knox. Randall right side. Griffin with the steal. He dishes it to Rose. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Rose has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, absolutely fearless. And this is one thing you can say about Derrick Rose. He's never had trouble converting in the painted area.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 14. Some nice passing by New York here. 11 feet away. And that one goes long. Pistons trail by 17. Toomboya passes to Henson. And John Henson with the slam.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
It's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams and what these individual players could be like. Now, here's Barrett. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Pistons trail by 17. 1:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 9 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
To the left wing. Now, here's Barrett. He's covered by Rose. Stolen away. Kennard. That one goes in.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
New York leading by 13. 1:15 left in the first half. Right side Robinson. Five to shoot. Here's Gibson. That one misses. And it's Detroit the other way. Here's Kennard. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Right side Rose. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Pass to Knox. Now Robinson. To the wing on the left. Here's Trier. New York needs to get off a shot. No good from Gibson.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Derrick Rose plays with such intensity, such willingness to draw contact on the interior.
Detroit shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The first one falls. Detroit making a switch here. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Barrett is running.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the...
He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
Oh, OMG. That's how you silence a crowd.
And so it's the New York Knicks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, what's working for you guys in the first half? How did you get yourselves going?
We were able to get out and run. We're getting out the run fast and getting out the court.
We'll see if you can keep running in the second half, Alfred. Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. There was no stopping R.J. Barrett in the first half. He had 14 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
The athleticism of R.J. Barrett made the difference. Quick first step, can change speeds on you, elevate. Very difficult cover as we saw in the first half.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Kind of like what Rose has done in this one so far.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And the Pistons with possession here. They trail by 7. And Detroit looking at who they've got. They've got Griffin. Derrick Rose is out there with Kennard. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Henson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Kennard. Clock at 6. Doumbouya gets a wide open look. The offensive rebound. Back to Kennard. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by New York. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
I like to see Kevin Knox share the basketball because what it shows is an improving awareness in finding his teammates. That's how people want to play with you.
Rose against Payton. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut back down to a 7-point margin, getting the points there from Rose. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. Passes it to Barrett. Got a piece of it. Pass to Knox. From beyond the arc. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Tuesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Wednesday, they'll continue the road trip heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And that matchup against the Hornets, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Robinson passes to Knox.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
And that one, good.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. And Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Here's Kennard, following the score by New York. Looking to get it going, just 5 on the clock. Randall with some nice D. New York leading by 7. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Works that one inside nicely.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Payton against Rose. Over Payton. And it's Rose missing.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
And Barrett gets it to go.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And Detroit has possession. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now Henson taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Jumboya can't get it to go. New York's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Randall throws it down.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Here's Griffin following the basket by Julius Randle. Outside Griffin. Will it go? 6 on the shot clock. Randle with some nice D.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school at a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Pistons trail by 17. Galloway taking his time here. Here's Kennard. And the pass to Griffin. That one good for 2. Griffin's got 9.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Now here's Payton. Barrett with the ball. Here's Knox. Count it. Knox has got 4 points this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense nowhere to be found.
The Pistons have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Outside Griffin. He feeds it to Henson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line earlier.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Brown is checked in for Detroit. That one is no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Knox misses. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's a 16-point game.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror Love seeing him hammer it home.
Here's Galloway. He's got 5. Outside Griffin. Knocked away. Harkless with the steal. He lobs it up and taken away by Brown. Galloway, the pass to Griffin. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got his 4th assist in this one. And here is Payton. Pass to Knox. Passes it to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Pistons trail by 18. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look for New York. Portis, he's checked in for Kevin Knox. Dennis Smith comes in for Barrett. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Payton. Then for the Pistons, Akers checked in for John Henson. And Tony Snell subbed in for Kennard. Brown, good.
You know, and that's his role. Galloway helping create that bucket with his passing.
The Knicks leading by 16. Here's Trier. Pass to Harkless. Five on the clock. Smith outside. And there's the pass to Portis. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Now, taking a look at some stats for Julius Randle. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's around 18 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
That free throw good from Randall. For the Pistons, Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Rose in for Langston Galloway. Both free throws good from Randall. Here's Rose. 17 points in the game. High arcing shot. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Harkless slams it in.
Dennis Smith Jr., you want more of this. Find your open teammate and make sure you put it on time.
Pistons trail by 20. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. But now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination. It will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Here's Trier. Over in the corner, Harkless. Pass to Portis. Shot clock at 6. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Here is Rose after the made shot from Bobby Portis. And the whistle's going to blow. It will be on Alonzo Trier. That's his first foul. A different look for New York. Gibson comes in for Julius Randle. And Barrett subbed in for Trier. Here's Snell. Back to Rose. Pass to Wood. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Snell bangs home the trifecta. Snell's got 6.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Smith against Rose. Pass to Harkless. Here's Portis. Smith for 3. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Maker. 19 points for Rose.
Another one for Derrick Rose. This is a flashback to when he used to do this on a nightly basis.
Now here is Smith. He has 5. Left side, Portis. Rose with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
The Knicks making a switch here. Knox is checked in. Here's Wood, defended by Gibson. Wood passes to Maker. Outside Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knicks with the rebound. Gibson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Barrett. That shot no good. And it's Detroit the other way. The Pistons have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Rose hits them both. The Knicks leading by 15. Now Smith. He's got 5. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Here's Gibson. High quality look, and he sinks it.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
Pistons trail by 17. Rose with the ball. 21 points in the game. Brown outside. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Barrett's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Down low. Here's Portis. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Portis has got 4 this quarter.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Rose against Smith. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got 23.
Boy, what a warrior Derrick Rose is. This guy gets buckets through contact out there. So tough.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The pass to Barrett. New York moving the ball around. Gibson passes to Knox. Here's Portis. Here's Knox. Smith on the wing. Three-pointer. That one, no good. And so it's New York feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back to the action after this word. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder, they're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort, feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these guys to ramp it up from an intensity standpoint.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. Taj Gibson is out there with Portis, and it's Smith in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Brown, and the 3 off target. And here's Barrett. Pass to Knox. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Passes it to Barrett. Now here's Gibson. It's stolen. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Rose in the post, working on Smith. Rose can't hit.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And it's Rose with the ball for Detroit, trailing by 19. It's Wood, top of the key. On the wing, Brown. Shot clock at 5. Trying his luck from deep. It's rebounded by New York. 22 is their biggest lead. Looking to end his cold spell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, make no mistake, Dennis Smith Jr. is not afraid of a little contact.
And for the length of Bobby Portis, he's sure to provide a bit of fire when he's on the floor.
Well, Portis is never afraid to mix it up with the opponent or sometimes his own guys. This guy plays with a passion that maybe isn't for everyone, but boy, it does spark his teams.
And that one misses.
This is an area where Dennis Smith Jr. is working on, right? As the primary ball handler, you have to be able to make your free throws.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Taj Gibson. John Henson's checked in for Detroit. Luke Kennard comes in for Brown. And the second free throw, good. Here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
The Knicks leading by 20. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Rose passes to Maker. Here's Kennard. He kicks it to Doumbouya. The Pistons keeping it alive, a new 14. Pass to Kennard. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Now here is Smith. Knocks the pass to Barrett. And here is Portis. Smith inside. He's covered by Rose. And it's Smith missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And Barrett slams it in.
Great activity there from Barrett. When he ups his intensity on defense, he's a difference maker.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Kennard. The kick out to Rose. Five to shoot. It's taken away by Smith, and he uses the glass on the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Julius Randle comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Smith. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Griffin's checked in for Maker. Now here's Rose. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got 8 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Randle against Griffin. Randle passes to Knox. Out to Payton. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Payton against Rose. The pass to Henson. Robinson with the block. Payton outside. And so the ball out of bounds. Henson touched it last. Here's Knox. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And he makes the first. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
And, well, Detroit shooting poorly, just 35% so far.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
McRae kicks tonight. Now Griffin. Just 5 to shoot. To end the drought. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. New York called for the foul. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
The Knicks making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Robinson, that's good.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
And so Knight will bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to Griffin. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Passes to Bullock. Dotson in the corner from downtown. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, he's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Knight dishes to Henson. Back to Knight. Lets a floater go. Now here's Ellington. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Dotson. Now the feed to Bullock. Second chance shot. That shot misses. And it's Detroit the other way. Up top, Griffin. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
And the Pistons with possession here. The Knicks making the shot. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to McRae. The three. The Knicks pull it in. Ellington with it. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way, and it's good for 2. Griffin's got 12 points in just the second half.
Well, that shows a sign of maturity, guys. Everyone expecting Knight to try and score it. Instead, he finds the open man.
And here is Ellington. Pass to Dotson. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Now, here's Ellington. Passes it to Harkless. Teams, if they can keep the rights to their best player, we see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
And the first one at the line is good. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Woods checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And the shot no good from McRae. New York's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Knight looking it over. Pass to Griffin. Shoots it up. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Griffin's got 14 points now in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New York.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for R.J. Barrett.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
And that one falls for Ellington. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Here's Knight. The Knicks making the shot. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tipped away. Here's Griffin. Goes back up. The shot missing. Great D that time from Portis. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Here is Ellington. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Elfrid, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Oh, man, we made
shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Alfred. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.